So WTA, there's basically two pillars. There's the outdoor adventure division. Again, those are hunts that you can just, you just book. You don't have to apply. You just book the hunt, and unless God interferes, you're going hunting, right? And we have the tag side of the business where, you can still book hunts. You can book some of the greatest hunts that the West has to offer. However, you do have to go through an application process, right? Also in the outdoor adventure side, we have North American big game. We have international big game, fishing, wing shooting, right? So we have 4 different divisions there. Then we have the tags division, okay? So when you call our office, right, whether you want any one of those different pillars that I just mentioned, we're gonna have a dedicated consultant that can help you with that. Why do we break down the business that way? Because it's too much, right? It's too much. One guy doesn't know it all. For example, you call on a fishing trip to know our entire fishing platform and all the different outfitters and all the different geographic parts of the world that you can catch a fish in, right? That's a lot of knowledge right there. So when you call in for a fishing trip, we're gonna move that over to Travis Baker or Mike Mason. Those would probably be the 2 guys you would talk to. International big game, you're gonna talk to Roger or Tim. I mean, both these guys are just unbelievable, been all over the world. Roger actually grew up in Europe. Tim Harold has been writing articles, and he's been in this business for 30 years. And I can't imagine there being somebody that has a better grasp on African and Asian hunting and European hunting than Tim Harold. My tags team, the crew that I have, these guys grew up with it. I demand that they know all the ins and outs of the draw in all the different Western states, a couple states on the East Coast now, Alaska. I couldn't imagine there being someone out there that knows more than these guys when it comes to the tags business and applying for limited entry big game tags. Lean on them. They're to help you, and they're excited to help you. They all have great attitudes. They love it. They're tore up with it. They have boots on the ground experience. They have portfolios that are 3 pages deep with double-digit points all over the place. Casey Meckelberg right now, he's down on the Kaibab. He had 13 years of applying before I even met him, right? Before I even hired him. So he's down there chasing great big mule deer with his bow. He's, in camp with a great outfitter. And, when fall comes around, my guys are in the field. They're in camps with outfitters, building those relationships, seeing who's worth their salt. Jason Berger's crew is the same way, right? They're always out and about and in different camps and trying to discover the next great thing. And they're also trying to weed out too, right? So, boots on the ground vetting is a very important part of our business. So a lot of these trips that you're gonna call in on have been thoroughly vetted, not only over the phone, websites, checking out references, but also having one of our guys visit the camp, in the camp. So what does that do for you? When you call them, when you call Travis about a fishing trip, or Tim Harold about an African hunting safari, or Eric Schell about a North American big game hunt, the probability is very high that they've been there. And so they can paint a picture for you, a better picture than a website can, right? You can't put everything on the website, but you can pick Eric's brain or Tim's brain or Travis's brain, and because they've been into that camp, they're going to do a great job of better explaining to you what you're getting into, right? And that is, to me, just an invaluable service. It's fun to talk about. It's a free service. I couldn't imagine why you wouldn't want to use a service like that, right? I think a lot about, the booking agency side of it. You should always use a booking agency, international big game hunts especially, right? When you're across the pond, it's nice to have a guy like Tim and our travel service, Travel with Guns, there as support to help you. The point is, you want to do everything you can to mitigate the risk of booking a bad hunt. And WTA, that's exactly what we can do for you. Awesome team. 20 years of doing this. This is by far the strongest team I've ever had around me. And, these guys are starting to take over. They are unbelievable. They do a great job. All it takes is picking up the phone, and you'll have somebody in your corner that specializes in an exact area, has an area of expertise that you can lean on. So give us a call.
Very nice.
Heck yeah, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thanks everybody from
man.
WTA. This is fantastic hunting Greenland.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
You bet. Thank you.